Good morning, children. Today I will start the ionization of acids and bases. Ionization of acids and bases. Listen, ionization meaning any compound is split into the ions. That means ionization of acids and bases mostly ionization in chemical and biological systems occurs in a aqueous medium. It is useful in chemical and biological systems. Ionization of acids and bases, mostly ionization in chemical and biological system occurs in aqueous medium. Suppose strong acids for example, so many examples here. Strong acids like HCl, that is HCl4O4, perchloric acid, HCl, HBr, HI, HNO3, H2SO4. That means it completely dissociated into ions. Completely, because this is strong acid and strong base or strong electrolyte. Strong electrolyte, any substance is completely dissociated into constituent ions in aqueous medium, giving H plus ions. And next, this is strong acid. Next, strong bases like NaCl, that means NaOH, KOH, LiOH, CHOH, BaOH2. Completely is completely dissociated into ions. Completely dissociated into ions in aqueous medium. Dissociated into ions in aqueous medium, giving the OH minus ion. According to Arrhenius concept, strong acid and strong base completely dissociated to produce H plus and OH minus ion. According to Arrhenius concept, the strong acid and the strong base is dissociated. Here that means it's completely dissociated into that means H plus and OH minus ions are produced. H plus and OH minus ions are produced. Okay, this is according to Arrhenius concept, strong acids and strong bases completely dissociated into, yeah, that means H plus and OH minus ions are produced. And next, according to Bronsted-Lowry concept, according to Bronsted-Lowry, concept, already you know that Bronsted-Lowry concept, strong acid means that is strong acid, proton donor. Strong base means proton acceptor. Already you know that strong acid means the acid means proton donor. Strong base means proton acceptor. Suppose in strength of acids and bases, compare there is conjugate acid and in according to Bronsted-Lowry concept, strength of acids and bases, compare there is conjugate acid and conjugate base. Listen, in strong acid, it gives the weak conjugate base, and vice versa. And strong base it gives the weak, that is weak conjugate acid, and vice versa. Okay, for example, one example. CH3 COOH, it reacts with water in reversible reaction. CH3 COO minus plus H3O plus. Listen carefully. Acetic acid is a weak acid and H2O is a weak base. This weak acid it gives the strong conjugate base, and the weak base it gives the strong conjugate acid. Weak acid it gives the strong conjugate base. So weak acid. This is the weak acid, and this is the weak base. Weak acid, that means weak acid it gives the strong conjugate base. Weak, this is the CH3COOH is and CH3COOH it gives the CH3COO minus, and this is the one conjugate pair, and another one H2O is proton accepting to get the H3O plus. This is the 2R conjugate pair. That meaning weak acid, strong acid weak conjugate base, strong base of weak conjugate acid. Weak acid it gives the strong conjugate base. Weak base it gives the strong conjugate acid. This is the Bronsted-Lowry concept. Strong acid means easily, that means more proton donor. Strong base means easily proton acceptor. Easily proton donor, easily proton, more proton donor. That means strength of acids and bases. Compare there is a conjugate acid and conjugate base. Strong acid it gives the weak conjugate base and vice versa. Strong base it gives the weak conjugate acid and vice versa. For example, acetic acid it reacts with water CH3COO minus plus H3O plus weak acid and weak base. Weak acid and says it gives the strong conjugate base, and weak base it gives the strong conjugate acid. This is the ionization of acids and bases. Okay, according to Bronsted-Lowry concept, strong acid means good proton donor, strong base means good proton acceptor. Strength of acids and bases compared there is conjugate and acid and conjugate base. Strong acid gives the weak conjugate base, strong base gives the weak conjugate acid. Already given an example. Next, go for Ostwald dilution law. Ostwald dilution law. Listen carefully. Ostwald dilution law. Ostwald dilution law, it is applicable for only weak electrolyte, not to strong electrolytes. Ostwald dilution law is applicable in weak electrolytes, not to strong electrolytes, Okay, that means consider a weak electrolyte like AB. Consider weak electrolyte in AB. The initial concentration and the degree of dissociation alpha then. Suppose one example, we have taken one example. AB in reversible reaction, A plus B minus aqueous. AB electrolyte, this is the aqueous, B minus also aqueous. At initial concentration given for C, A plus a constant, that means reactants are not converted to the product. Initial condition are not converted to the products. At the initial concentration at equilibrium, have to write it for at equilibrium and introduce the degree of dissociation alpha. C into 1 minus alpha. This is the concentration alpha C alpha and C alpha. According to law of mass action, already you know that law of mass action means what? The concentration of products to the ratio of concentration of products to the concentration of reactants. That means you have to write that K is equal to A plus B minus concentration upon AB concentration. Now to write it, K is equal to A plus means C alpha into C alpha upon C into 1 minus alpha. C get cancelled. Now to write it, but K is equal to C alpha square upon 1 minus alpha. K, that means in weak electrolyte in denominator alpha is always less than 1. Alpha is less than 1. That's why 1 minus alpha is neglected. 1 minus alpha is neglected. You can write K is equal to what? C alpha square. K is equal to C alpha square. Listen, in AB electrolyte, weak electrolyte, it dissociation to get the A plus and B minus. Initial concentration at given for C, A plus 0, that means first initial condition, reactants are not converted to the products. That's why 0, 0. And equilibrium C into 1 minus alpha, A plus C alpha condition, C alpha according to law of mass action. K is equal to A plus concentration, B minus concentration, AB concentration. K is equal to C alpha square by 1 minus alpha. Alpha is very less than in denominator. That means 1 minus alpha is neglected. K is equal to C alpha square. K is equal to C alpha square. K is equal to C alpha square. Now to write it, alpha is equal to what you can write alpha square, that means K by C, root K by C. Now to write it, alpha is directly proportional to root 1 by root C. That meaning a degree of dissociation of weak electrolyte, degree of dissociation of weak electrolyte is inversely proportional to square root of concentration. Already C is equal to what you can write 1 by volume, and alpha is equal to root KV. That means alpha is directly proportional to root V. That meaning the degree of dissociation of electrolyte is increases with increase in dilution. This is the concept for Ostwald dilution law. Ostwald dilution law is applicable in only weak electrolytes, not to strong electrolyte. Consider one weak electrolyte to get the A plus and B minus initial concentration at equilibrium. K is given for C alpha square by 1 minus alpha. Alpha is very less than 1. That's why we have write it K is equal to C alpha square. Alpha is equal to root K by C, or alpha is inversely, that means 1 by root C. Degree of dissociation, that means you can write alpha is equal to 1 by root C also. That means the degree of dissociation of weak electrolyte is inversely proportional to the square root of concentration. Already you know that concentration is equal to 1 by V. Alpha is equal to root Kv. That means alpha is directly proportional to the root V. That meaning the degree of this is direct increases with the increase in dilution. This is the concept for Ostwald dilution law. acids and bases. Acids and bases. Strength of acid is measured in terms of H plus is produced, that is greater than number of H plus is produced in aqueous solution, that is the stronger acid. That meaning strength of acid is measured in terms of H plus produced, that is greater than number of H pluses produced in a aqueous solution, that is a stronger acid. For example, HA means acid plus water is reversible reaction. HA plus water reversible reaction. H plus A minus. This is the aqueous. This is also aqueous. You can apply the law of mass action. K is equal to, that means Ka. Ka means acid dissociation constant. Ka we have to write it Ka. H plus concentration, A minus concentration upon HA. Ka means what? Acid dissociation constant. Acid dissociation constant. Okay. Next, strength of base. Strength of base is measured. Strength of base is measured in terms of OH minus. OH minus is produced, that is greater the number of OH minus is produced in a aqueous solution. In a aqueous solution, that is a strong base. You can write the one, you have to write it B. Strong base means this is the base plus water. You can write the irreversible reaction B plus aqueous OH minus aqueous. You have to write the law of mass action. According to law of mass action, K is equal to B plus concentration OH minus concentration upon BOH. This is the Kb. Kb is equal to base dissociation constant. Base dissociation constant. Ka and Kb, the strength of acid is measured in terms of H plus produced. Greater the number of H plus produced in aqueous solution, stronger acid. A strength of base is measured in terms of OH minus is produced. Greater the number of OH minus is produced in aqueous solution, stronger base. This is the Ka. Ka means acid dissociation constant. Kb means base dissociation constant. Ka and Kb, the dissociation constant is more. Ka and Kb is dissociation. Greater the dissociation constants, the greater the dissociation constants, greater the dissociation constant means Ka and Kb, greater produced in aqueous solution. That meaning that is a strong acid and strong base. This is the relative strength of acids, and the greater the dissociation constant, the greater the H plus and OH minus produced in aqueous solution, that is a strong acid and a strong base. According to Ostwald dilution law, of weak acids and weak base, and weak acids and weak base. Already you know that Ka is equal to what? C alpha square. Ka is equal to C alpha square means alpha is equal to what? You can write root of Ka by C. Alpha is equal to root of Ka by C. The meaning, same concentration means alpha is directly proportional to root of Ka, but 2 equimolar concentration is taken. Of weak acids. Alpha 1 by alpha 2 is equal to root of Ka1 by root of Ka2. This is one formula. Now alpha is a degree of dissociation. Is measured in strength of acid. You can write the strength of acid 1 by strength of acid 2 is equal to root of Ka1 by root of Ka2. This is also another formula. Strength of 2 equimolar concentration of weak acids. That means we have to write it alpha 1 by alpha 2 is equal to root of Ka1 by Ka2. Degree of dissociation is measured in strength of acids. Strength of acid 1 upon strength of acid 2 is equal to root Ka1 by Ka2. And another one, similarly the weak bases, 2 equimolar concentration of weak bases. That means alpha 1 by alpha 2 is equal to root of Kb1 by Kb2. The alpha is degree of strength of base. Base 1 upon strength of base 2. Strength of base 2 is equal to root of Kb1 by Kb2. This is another formula for bases. 2 equimolar concentration of weak bases. Formula alpha 1 by alpha 2 is equal to root Kb1 by Kb2. This degree of dissociation, it is measured in strength of base. That's why you can write about strength of base 1 by strength of base 2 is equal to root of Kb1 by Kb2. This is the relative strength of acids and bases.